That was...
Welcome, Planet Green Juice number 386. I'm your host, Michael Kamorn. Barth and Barrick on 2, maybe 120, 140. Time versus medical cannabis reform in Michigan. And to help us do that this week, we're going to go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves, starting with you over there. What's your name and what do you do? Who are you?
Chad, it's nice to be here.
Who's this guy over here near the thing? What's his name? What's your name?
My name is Jim Powers, and boy, am I glad I'm not Chad Carr tonight.
Yeah.
I like this method of the introduction much better. Everyone kind of just think, who are you?
I'm not Chad.
Right.
Yes. Not
But I like this method. And who's this mom over here?
This is Deborah Young, and I am definitely not Chad. But I'm very excited to be here because the day was a very strange day. Started out with the big rain out of opening day, and I expect that the show is going to be exciting with our special guest, and it's going to lift me out of the depression that I felt earlier. So
We should all be happy because now we have a special musical guest that's walked in here.
Some
Deborah,
Chicano influence here.
I feel you, Deborah. The weather was sad. The rain out was sad. But it's always sunny at Planet Green Trees.
always. And green.
Ray.
We're moving around the room because I got this new thing now. I like it better. It's like, just introduce whoever you are. Who are you over there? What's your name? What is your... Don't make any confessions, anybody. Just.
I have nothing to do with Chad or Alan.
How about you, young lady? What's your story?
My name is Amanda. I would like to, just unrelated to Chad, I would like to make a shout out to an iron mullet. It's not really something that you guys know about, but it's an inside thing. I'm glad to be here, and
All right.
thanks.
We love Iron Mullet listeners. That's what I'm getting from this.
There,
For someone that, yes, okay. All right,
there
good,
are
good.
many people
Code.
out there that, they
Have mullets?
Iron mullet. Good listeners.
I love it.
All right.
Well, say we bring them out. Bring them on. Hey, in fact, let's make
Nothing
us.
wrong with an iron mullet.
We're only taking calls from Iron Mullets tonight. That's it. We're just going to talk. Keep that topic. Hail to the Iron Mullets. He may not be aware of the program, which I'm just making people introduce themselves. Who's not here? Frazier's not here.
Charmy.
Charmy's out there.
Charmy, they're in the hallway.
They're here, but they're not in the
They're not.
studio.
Steve Esteban
station.
Miller.
They're not
Miller.
interested. They're not interested in the
I can't
particular
even
topic
give a
tonight,
shout out to our legal barrister because he pissed everybody off today, right?
Wow.
We're not even.
There will be no appellate update this evening.
No appellate update.
He's been shunned.
One could say he's been remanded.
Remanded.
Is this the first time?
It's not the
It's
first.
not the first time.
Sometimes I think he likes to get a little contempt.
Do you find that hard to believe,
Cast
Mr.
upon
Lowell?
him, sent off to the.
I was shocked.
I believe you had some involvement in the last incident.
No, I was just the facilitator carrying out the actions laid before me by Alan himself. So.
No, I understand that.
As I mentioned, we have a special musical guest who walked in without his guitar. That means he will be
Yes.
playing his mustache. His name is Ray Reyes. Please welcome him.
I'm a throat singer too, by the way. So, yeah.
You know what? I don't want to take anything away from you. Looking at the situation again, I don't want to take anything away from your prowess as a musician. I would say he's here also to play his goatee instrument also.
He's going to grab one of these guitars off the wall and jam out
we do
tonight
have
for
those, of
sure.
course.
We've got a sash coming.
Yeah, we have a guitar over here. I'm
one
looking
over
at
there,
so
too.
we got a couple of those.
Look at this.
That
We've
one
got
and
an
that one.
electric one over here, acoustic over there.
And of course, joining us tonight,
Look it
he'll be
down.
playing the baseball bats, which hang on the wall. Also, our dear friend and longtime partner in activism and torturous living. Please welcome, returning to Planet Green Trees, Jamie Lowell.
Hello. This is awesome to be here tonight. As I was recounting with Chad and others earlier. Can I be heard now? I'm sorry. This is the first time I've been involved in the show as part of the discussion in many years, although I've been around for a long time. Looking forward to it.
Very happy you're here.
I know
That
all
was
of
not
our,
a casting negativity of any of the times that he's been here. We didn't really recognize. Oh, no, the Federalist is here now.
What?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, very good. Hi,
It's like,
Scheller.
while working on the show, I wasn't necessarily a guest, which is fine.
Right,
true.
Appropriate.
right.
But we've made it all about Jamie Lowell tonight. We really have. One of the titles we were working on was that a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Does anyone know why? It's a quiz. Anyone know why I missed a beautiful day in the neighborhood? Anybody?
Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
Because of Jamie's cardigan?
Oh, I already know. That's
He's
right.
wearing a bright green cardigan?
And do you know who pointed that out? You know who came up with that cute name for him?
No, who?
Our next Attorney General. As she stood before his...
Dana Nassau.
I will
His-
say that Sharmy used to call me Gramps because of it, even going back a few
Gramps.
years. But that was a good one by Dana the other day.
Yeah, that's a great
I
one.
was the basis for
I see
many
you're
people
yeah,
having a
you're
good
flying
time and
with it, I
laughing.
see.
Right.
Yeah.
It's great. It's good. Yeah. So we know what to buy you for various occasions.
Most of my collection is vintage. They're multicolored, these Lacoste Izods, but I have others. So just keep that in mind when you're purchasing something for me.
Please be more specific. They're cardigans.
They're cardigans.
They button. Starting above your belly button, 3 or 4 buttons.
The alligator.
It's not a
And just like
V-neck,
Mr.
it's not
Rogers,
a
I don't button the bottom button.
crew neck.
They're attractive, though. Jamie pulls it off.
Beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be
I feel like he wears those kind of shoes also sometimes. I've seen him sport like Mr. Rogers
Hey,
shoes.
You got these tennis shoes on because of the rain and shit. That's
All right. So listen, here's our point. Here's our point we're trying to make. There is a discussion that we've been having, which we all find interesting. I mean, we don't really care if anyone else does, but we're trying to recap some of this history of cannabis activism in Michigan, medical cannabis. And last week we had 4 or 5 pretty solid segments with the Godfather Tim Beck. And I think we're about a third of the way through, if even that. We're going to have him back to follow up on that. We're working on the video edits to get that produced and put up. Tommy Two-Tone, who's here, working tirelessly. And so we've brought in a big hitter in his own right. He could carry the show. We could probably go on for hours, and maybe we will. But Jamie's going to get into and talk about whatever he wants to, really. We set up some kind of format here, but we're going to get in on that.
I'm only prepared to answer questions tonight.
What's that?
I'm only prepared to answer questions tonight.
All right, well, let me give you a little outline. We're going to talk about some of the history, arriving, your perspective of arriving into and onto and understanding the quote-unquote movement, maybe some significant developments that happened early on, people or events that took place that you thought helped effectuate it as one area. Maybe we'll talk about the current state of affairs. I know you like to talk about the current state. Maybe a perspective retroactively, some criticism and commentary of what you liked and didn't like, and go off on anyone who you may want to now free without any kind of liability. And maybe a perspective looking forward and what you think is going to happen to the world of patients, caregivers, federal, state issues, the market itself, and how people can maybe help out. All right, so that's the outlet we're going to go with. So think about those things, Jamie Lowell.
Do some of that.
We're going to switch over to the some of the video editing that we're doing and try to get into that in a minute. But first, we got to take a break and make sure we're all settled on that. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to. So, what's the call-in number for the
call-in
metal,
number is 224-803-3098. So if you want to call and talk to Jamie, we probably won't pick up.
I hope
but
they try to guess the description of what constitutes an iron mullet during the course of the show.
All right, we're going to be right back.
Back to him, gonna do you Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Thanks for coming on. Thank you so much.